Here's the truth, my friend. A single sentence from you can ignite a woman's interest instantly. Most men don't realize this. They assume attraction depends on height, looks, money, or how much they chase. Instead, they overtalk, overthink, and end up unnoticed, while she saves her genuine smile, her real softness, for someone else. Maybe you felt that sting, walking away, replaying every word, asking yourself, "What did I do wrong?" Meanwhile, she forgets you within minutes. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm here to wake you up. Women aren't just listening to your words. They feel the energy behind them. The right sentence, delivered calmly at the right moment, can make her lean in, feel seen, and silently think, "Who is this man?" You don't need cheesy pickup lines, fake confidence, or performing like a clown just to get noticed. In this video, you'll learn precise phrases that connect with female psychology and reflect Stoic masculinity. These are simple lines that make her feel something rare around you. Respect, curiosity, and a steady, magnetic pull of desire, all without begging for attention. If you're serious about stepping up as a man, hit subscribe and follow along. Let's dive in. Phrase 1. You have a unique way about you. I like that. Most men toss compliments around like confetti, folks. They say, "You are gorgeous," or "You look amazing tonight," and hope that somehow it unlocks real attraction. It never does. Women have heard those exact lines from men they did not even respect. Let me be straight with you. Surface-level praise bounces off. It does not touch anything deep inside her. It does not stick to her memory. And it definitely does not make her curious about you. This line is different. When you look at her and say, "You have a unique way about you, I like that," you are not commenting on her face or her body. You are pointing at her essence without explaining it. That is recognition, not flattery. Recognition is rare, and whatever is rare becomes valuable. That is basic human psychology. Picture Daniel, 51, recently divorced, living in Texas. For years, his default compliment was, "You look beautiful." He meant well, but it never went anywhere. Then, one night at a small wine bar, he was talking to Claire, 49, a teacher who had just finished telling a funny story about how she calmed a classroom that was falling apart. Instead of making a joke or trying to impress her, Daniel paused, watched the way her eyes softened when she talked about her students, and said quietly, "You have a unique way about you. I like that." Claire did not giggle. She held eye contact a moment longer and simply said, "What do you mean?" That question is the reaction you want. Now she is leaning in. Now she is curious. Here is why it works, my friend. You create an open loop in her mind. She starts replaying the moment, wondering what you saw in her. Was it her patience, her warmth, her confidence, her playful side? The sentence is intentionally incomplete, so her mind keeps working with it long after the conversation moves on. As Epictetus said, a man is not worried by real problems so much as by imagined anxieties about real problems. Her imagination fills the gap, and that is where attraction grows. But there is a Stoic rule here. You must earn this line. You wait until she shows you something real, a story about her family, a decision she is proud of, a fear she quietly admits. Stoicism teaches you to observe first and act second. When you are calm, grounded, and fully present, your words carry weight. A needy man tries this line 5 minutes in. A steady man listens, then speaks once. Women are used to being noticed for their looks. Very few are truly seen for their character. When you highlight that in a simple way, you separate yourself from every man who is begging for attention. You do not raise your voice, you raise your standard. Let me be clear, folks. I'm not giving you magic words to fake your way into a woman's life. I'm helping you line up your language with a stronger identity. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When you train yourself to look for depth first, this sentence stops being a trick and starts being the natural way you speak. You are rewiring how you see women and how you see yourself. Now do this. type this in the comments so it sticks in your mind. I have seen this. Stick with me because this is just the beginning. Phrase 2. I like women who know what they want. Let me level with you folks. Most men say whatever they think will get a woman to like them. They agree too quickly. They nod even when they do not understand. They laugh at jokes that are not funny, and all of it sends one quiet message. You are bending yourself to fit her. Women feel that instantly. It does not make them comfortable. It makes them lose respect. When you say, I like women who know what they want, you are not giving her approval. You are revealing your standard. And that shift in energy is what wakes her attention up. This line works because it is a compliment on the surface, but a filter underneath. It tells her, you are not impressed by beauty alone. You are drawn to clarity, direction, and purpose. And when a man speaks from that frame, he is no longer chasing, he is choosing. Stoicism teaches that the essence of strength is self-command. Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Meaning, stop trying to win favor by pretending. Say what you actually value. A woman feels the difference between a man who flatters and a man who stands rooted. Here is where most men go wrong. They try to use this line without living it. They say they like decisive women, but crumble the moment she shows any strength. They say they want clarity, but freeze when she asks, what are you looking for? Then the whole frame collapses. Your words cannot hold weight. If your actions contradict them, a Stoic does not claim values, he embodies them. When you say, I like women who know what they want, you must be a man who knows what he wants. Otherwise, it becomes noise. But when you say it with calm conviction, a woman hears something rare. She hears that you are not intimidated by a confident woman. She hears that you are not afraid of her standards. And she hears that you are not waiting for her to define the dynamic. That is attractive because clarity is attractive. Women are surrounded by hesitant men. Men who ask permission to speak. Men who wait for signals instead of trusting their own mind. When you speak like a man with internal direction, she leans in because that type of energy is uncommon. This line also activates something deeper in her psychology. It invites her to reveal her seriousness. Are her choices intentional or chaotic? Does she move with purpose or drift? You are basically telling her, I see value in a woman with direction because I have direction myself. Marcus Aurelius said, the object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. Stop joining the majority of men who say whatever they think women want to hear. Speak with standards. Speak with intention. Speak in a way that reflects a man who is not afraid to lose approval. Deliver this line in moments where she shows a hint of confidence. When she voices her opinion clearly, when she makes a choice without hesitation, when she shares a direction for her life, say it with a steady tone and a small pause afterward. Let the weight of it settle. She is not used to being appreciated for her decisiveness. She is used to men trying to soften her edges. You, on the other hand, respect them, and that alone puts you in a different category. Now type this in the comments so it sticks. I want this. Stay with me because the next part goes even deeper. Phrase 3, that's what I like most about you. Let me be honest with you, folks. Most men think attraction comes from praising a woman's looks. They talk about her eyes, her smile, her outfit, and hope it lands somewhere meaningful. But looks are the easiest part of a woman's life to get attention for. She has heard, you are beautiful, since she was 17. What she has not heard very often is someone pointing to the deeper part of her and saying, that right there, that is what I like most about you. This line, when used at the right moment, hits on a level most men never reach. Picture David, 54, a contractor from Colorado. He met Rachel, 50, through mutual friends. They were sitting on a backyard deck at a 4th of July cookout while everyone else was laughing at the kids with sparklers. She was telling him about how she stayed up late, helping her teenage daughter fill out college applications, not because she had to, but because she actually enjoyed guiding her through something stressful. David listened quietly. No jokes, no interruptions, just presence. And when she finished, he looked at her and said, "That is what I like most about you. The way you care so deeply and do not make a big show about it." Rachel did not blush. She softened. She leaned back slightly, absorbing the moment because someone finally noticed a part of her that almost nobody acknowledges. That is the power of this line, my friend. It reflects her back to herself in a way she rarely experiences. Women are not drawn to flattery. They are drawn to being understood. And this sentence is like holding up a mirror to the best part of her. It says, "I am paying attention. I am seeing what others overlook, and I value it." You are not complimenting her in a loud way. You are recognizing her in a quiet way. Quiet recognition lingers far longer than loud praise. But here is the rule you must follow. This line only works if it is tied to something real she just revealed. Maybe she shares why she loves her work. Maybe she talks about protecting her family. Maybe she opens up about a hard season she pushed through. You wait for the crack of truth in the conversation. Then you deliver the line gently, not rushed, not dramatic. Your tone must stay grounded. Stoicism teaches that what you say means nothing if your posture contradicts it. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When your thoughts are steady, your words land with steadiness. This line also shifts your frame. You are not trying to impress her. You are showing that you are impressed by something real in her. You make her feel seen, and when a woman feels seen, she remembers the man who made her feel that way. She thinks about him later. She replays the moment. She wonders why it felt different. That is how quiet attraction grows without forcing anything. Now write this in the comments so it sticks. I have felt that. You do not want to miss this. So stay tuned for the next part. Phrase 4, there's something about you I can't ignore. Let me be honest with you, folks. This line is powerful because it carries a weight most men are too scared to express. It is not a compliment. It is an acknowledgement of impact. When you say, "There is something about you I cannot ignore," you're not talking about her looks, her outfit, or whatever every other man notices within 5 seconds. You are pointing toward an energy, a presence, a tone in her voice, something deeper that she did not intentionally display. Women feel this in their chest when it is said correctly. It tells her you are affected but not overwhelmed, curious but not chasing, drawn in but still grounded. This line works because it creates tension without desperation. You are not begging for her attention. You are revealing that something about her has registered in your awareness. Epictetus said, "The essence of philosophy is that a man should so live that his happiness shall depend as little as possible on external things." When you deliver this line, you are demonstrating exactly that. You are not saying, "I need you." You are saying something about you stands out to me, even though I am perfectly stable on my own. That balance between interest and independence is what makes a woman pause. Here is where many men fail, my friend. They use lines like this as a tactic, trying to spark attraction while secretly hoping it will make her validate them. But women can feel that weakness instantly. This line only works when your inner state is calm and steady. Stoicism teaches that perception shapes reality. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The mind adapts and converts to its own purposes the obstacle to our acting," meaning your attention should always come from strength, not longing. When you say, "There is something about you I cannot ignore," it must sound like a man who has options, who has direction, and who is not shaken by her response. If she leans in, good. If she steps back, also good. Use this line during moments when she reveals an unexpected layer of herself. Maybe she disagrees with you confidently. Maybe she shows a sharp sense of humor. Maybe she expresses a value that aligns with yours. It must connect to a specific moment, not float in empty air. When the timing is right, say it slowly without raising your voice or explaining anything afterward. The lack of explanation is part of what makes it work. Humans cannot ignore what feels mysterious. She will replay the moment, wondering what exactly you noticed. That is where attraction grows silently. And let me remind you of something important. You are not using this line to win her over. You are using it to show that you are awake and present in the conversation. Most men drift through interactions half asleep, waiting for the woman to carry the whole connection. You are different. You respond to what is genuine. That makes you stand out without forcing anything. Now type this in the comments so it locks into your mind. I have seen this. Stay tuned, because the next part will shift the entire frame of how you interact with women. And before we continue, my friend, if you want deeper lessons on Stoic attraction and weekly trainings that go beyond these videos, consider joining the channel membership. It supports the work here and gives you tools most men never get access to. Phrase 5. I don't know if you can handle me. Let me tell you something real, folks. Most men are terrified of creating tension with a woman. They try to be agreeable, predictable, and easy, so they do not scare her away. But here is the truth. When you remove all tension, you remove all attraction. Women do not fall for men who are soft in their presence. Women fall for men who make them feel something, men who challenge them just enough to spark curiosity. And that is exactly why the line, "I do not know if you can handle me," hits harder than almost anything a man can say with calm confidence. This line works because it flips the script. Instead of you trying to impress her, you are revealing that you are not sure she can keep up with you. Not in an arrogant way, but in a playful way. I have depth, I have standards, and I do not shrink myself for anyone. It signals that you are not afraid of her approval and you are not available to just anyone. That is where attraction grows. Look at Michael, 58, a retired firefighter from Florida. After his divorce, he found himself trying too hard with women. He would text too fast, agree too easily, and disappear the moment she showed even a hint of disinterest. Then he met Jenna, 55, a real estate agent with a bold personality. One afternoon at a coffee shop, she teased him about being too calm and too collected, saying she could probably throw him off balance if she tried. Instead of defending himself or trying to match her energy, Michael leaned back, looked at her with a steady expression and said, "I do not know if you can handle me." The room went quiet for half a second. Jenna raised her eyebrows, not offended but intrigued. Suddenly, she was the one leaning in, the one chasing the next line, the one trying to keep the spark alive. A simple shift, but a powerful one. Here is the key, my friend. This line only works when your energy matches the meaning behind it. You cannot say it while acting insecure or seeking validation. You must say it from a place of calm, grounded presence. Stoicism teaches that a man must first rule himself before he can influence anything around him. Seneca wrote, "The greatest power is often simple patience." When you speak slowly with control, without trying to convince her of anything, she feels that steadiness. She feels that you are not intimidated by her confidence, and more importantly, you are not afraid to challenge her. Use this line in moments when she pushes you a little, when she teases you, when she questions you, when she tries to figure you out. You are not rejecting her. You are inviting her to step into your world. You are showing her that you are not a man who crumbles under feminine energy. You are a man who stands firm within it. And trust me, women remember men who can create this kind of tension without losing control. Deliver it with a faint smile, a pause, and silence afterward. The silence is part of the message. It gives her space to feel it, to wonder what you meant, to imagine what handling you would even require. Curiosity is the spark that keeps desire alive. Now, type this in the comments so it stays with you. I have seen this. You do not want to miss this. So stay tuned for part 6. Phrase 6. I'm not that easy. Let me tell you something straight, folks. Most men today make themselves way too available. A woman gives them a little attention, a small compliment, even a quick smile, and they melt on the spot. They start chasing. They start overthinking. They start performing. And the moment you become easy to win, you stop being interesting. Attraction is not built on availability, it is built on polarity. When you look her in the eye and say, I am not that easy, you disrupt her expectations in a way that pulls her closer instead of pushing her away. This line works because it sends a message most women rarely hear from men. It tells her, you are not impressed simply because she showed interest. You are not a man who loses composure the moment a woman pays attention. You are not desperate for validation. And in a world where most men fold fast, your calm resistance stands out instantly. It plants a question in her mind. What does he need? What does he look for? Why is he not reacting like everyone else? Curiosity is the beginning of desire. But here is the part many men misunderstand. This line only works if you say it from a grounded place. You cannot say it while acting insecure, hesitant, or unsure. It must come from a man who genuinely lives by a standard. A man who chooses, a man who has options, a man who is not afraid of walking away if the dynamic does not match what he values. Stoicism teaches that a wise man is never moved by flattery or fear. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The man who has a why to live can bear almost any how." Your why in this case is your self-respect. When you hold that position internally, your words carry weight. This phrase is also effective because it reframes the interaction. Instead of you proving yourself to her, you're quietly suggesting that she might need to prove herself to you. Not in a rude way, not in a superior way, simply in a confident, I know my worth way. Women respond strongly to men who are calm under feminine energy. When she feels you staying centered, even when she is playful, bold, or flirtatious, she becomes more invested. She wants to understand you. She wants to unlock the parts of you that you do not offer easily. Use this line in moments when she expects you to crumble, when she teases you, when she compliments you, when she tests whether you will chase. You do not need a dramatic tone. Say it lightly with a relaxed expression, then let silence do the rest. Silence is a powerful tool. It forces her to sit with your words. She will think about what you meant. She will wonder where your boundaries are. She will realize you are not a man who can be won over with a little attention. That realization alone increases your perceived value more than any performance could. And here is the real benefit. When you say, I am not that easy, you are not rejecting her, you are inviting a higher quality interaction. You are signaling that you prefer connection over validation, depth over excitement, presence over performance. That is exactly the kind of frame that separates a strong man from a needy man. Now, type this in the comments so it stays with you. I want this. Let's keep going, because the next part brings an entirely new layer of attraction. Phrase 7, I'm drawn to the way you carry yourself. Let me level with you folks. Women hear compliments about their beauty all the time, but very few men ever pay attention to the thing that actually separates one woman from another. Her presence, her posture, her way of moving through a room without trying too hard. When you say, I am drawn to the way you carry yourself, you are speaking to something she does not consciously perform, and that is why it hits differently. You are telling her that you see more than what most men bother to notice. Take Greg, 56, from North Carolina. After years of dating after his divorce, he realized most of his interactions were shallow because he only reacted to surface traits. Then he met Olivia, 53, at a community charity event. She was not the loudest woman there, not the one in the flashiest outfit, but she walked with a calm confidence that made people naturally shift aside for her. Later, when they spoke near the refreshment table, she mentioned how she liked events like this because they let her feel useful. Greg listened and said quietly, I am drawn to the way you carry yourself. It was honest, simple, and grounded. Olivia paused, not because she was flattered, but because she felt seen in a way she rarely experienced. That pause changed the entire rhythm of their conversation. This line works because it highlights something internal, not external. You are recognizing her maturity, her composure, her self-respect. Women in their 40s and 50s value being appreciated for exactly these things. Young men chase looks. Grown men recognize presence, and presence is what creates long-lasting attraction. When you comment on the way she carries herself, you are telling her that her energy has an effect on you without making it sound like you are losing control. It is desire with dignity. But here is the part you must understand, my friend. You cannot say this line if you are not paying real attention. You must observe. You must listen. You must connect what she shows with what you speak. Women can sense when a man says something rehearsed. The Stoics taught that perception is the foundation of wisdom. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Observe how all things change into one another," meaning, do not let conversations stay at the surface. Notice the changes in tone. Notice the way she reacts when she talks about what matters. When you see these shifts, this line comes out naturally, not as a trick, but as recognition. This sentence also communicates something subtle about you. It shows you value elegance over attitude, substance over noise, composure over chaos. Women who carry themselves well tend to be drawn to men who also hold themselves with strength, calm, and direction. Masculine presence is not loud, it is steady. And when you appreciate her steadiness, you show your own. Use this line when she reveals grace without trying. Maybe she navigates an awkward moment with maturity. Maybe she speaks with clarity about something emotional. Maybe she simply enters a room with quiet confidence. Say it softly, without leaning too far in, and let the silence afterward deepen the moment. Silence is where meaning lands. Now type this in the comments so it stays with you. I have felt that. Don't go anywhere because the next part takes this attraction even deeper. Phrase 8, I choose connection, not convenience. Let me speak plainly here, folks. Most men do not choose. They accept whatever attention comes their way. If a woman shows interest, they jump in without thinking about whether she aligns with their values or their direction in life. That is the kind of behavior that leads to shallow relationships, confusion, and the same heartbreak repeating over and over. When you say, I choose connection, not convenience, you are drawing a clear line between you and the majority of men who settle for anything that feels easy. This line tells a woman, you are intentional. You value depth over distraction, and that alone shifts how she sees you. This line works because it reflects maturity. Women in their 30s, 40s, and 50s are not looking for childish energy. They are not drawn to men who chase excitement for a week and disappear the moment things get real. They are drawn to men who know who they are and what they want. When you say, I choose connection, not convenience, you're telling her that you move with purpose, not impulse, not loneliness. Purpose that is rare, and whatever is rare becomes attractive. But here is the truth most men avoid. You cannot just say this line, you must live it. If you chase every woman who gives you a moment of attention, your words become empty. If you fall for convenience because it feels good in the moment, you lose your ability to lead yourself. Stoicism teaches that discipline is freedom. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." When you choose connection, you are choosing mastery. You are choosing long-term clarity over short-term comfort. That is the difference between a boy's mindset and a man's mindset. This line also tests her without being confrontational. When she hears it, she starts reflecting on her own intentions. Is she here because she is bored or because she is actually drawn to you? Is she reaching out because she wants something real or because she wants attention? Women rarely say these questions out loud, but they feel them when a man with standards speaks. You are not telling her to prove herself. You are showing her that you are willing to walk away from anything that is shallow. That is powerful because depth attracts depth. Shallow attracts shallow. Deliver this line in moments when the conversation turns honest. Maybe she asks what you are looking for. Maybe she makes a comment about how dating feels chaotic. Maybe she hints that she is tired of games. This is where you speak calmly without hesitation and say, I choose connection, not convenience. Do not over-explain. Do not justify. Do not try to sound poetic. A strong man does not need decoration. His tone carries the message. This sentence also protects your time, energy, and emotional integrity. When you say it and live by it, you stop giving attention to situations that drain you. You stop letting loneliness dictate your choices. You stop chasing availability and start recognizing alignment. That is the path of a Stoic man. He does not let impulse lead him. He lets values lead him. Now type this in the comments so it stays in your mind. I choose depth. Stay with me, because the next part sharpens this attraction even further. Phrase 9. You make things more interesting. Be real with you, folks. Most men either overplay their interest or hide it completely. They go too far in one direction. They either shower a woman with attention to prove they like her, or they shut down and pretend they feel nothing at all. Both extremes kill attraction. What actually works is balance. When you say, you make things more interesting, you are giving her a spark of recognition without handing her your whole card deck. It is interest, curiosity, not confession. And women respond to that far more than the loud flattery most men rely on. This line works because it acknowledges something subtle about her impact on you. You're telling her she changes the atmosphere a little when she is around. Not because of her beauty alone, but because of her energy, her humor, her confidence, her timing. Whatever it is, you are letting her know she affects the dynamic without losing your stability. Women in their 30s, 40s, and 50s appreciate men who notice the details without falling apart over them. Take Robert, 55, from Arizona. After years of stale dating experiences, he realized his conversations felt flat because he kept everything logical and guarded. Then he met Vanessa, 51, at a local art gallery. She had a dry humor that kept catching him off guard. At one point, after she playfully challenged his taste in music, he paused, smiled, and said, "You make things more interesting. Not heavy, not flirtatious in a cheesy way, just honest." Vanessa stopped talking for a moment and looked at him differently because he was showing appreciation for something men usually overlook. That single comment shifted her engagement. She became more animated, more open, more invested in the conversation. This phrase works best when it is tied to something she actually did. Maybe she shared an unexpected opinion. Maybe she teased you with confidence. Maybe she brought a calm presence during a chaotic moment. Whatever it is, you are recognizing her effect on your world without giving away control. Stoicism teaches that attraction grows where awareness meets restraint. Epictetus said, "No great thing is created suddenly." The meaning is simple. You do not rush connection. You notice the small things and let them work naturally. This line also communicates something valuable about you. It shows you are not bored with life. You are not coasting. You are present enough to feel when the energy shifts. That alone separates you from men who walk through interactions half awake. Women are drawn to men who observe the world carefully because careful men tend to be confident men, and confident men make interactions more alive. The key is tone. Do not say this like you're confessing a secret. Say it casually, calmly, like a man who has experienced enough to know what actually moves him. Let the words hang for a moment. Silence after this line gives her space to feel the compliment. And trust me, she will repeat it later in her mind. Women remember the men who notice their effect, not just their appearance. Now write this in the comments so it sticks. I spark interest. You do not want to miss the final part because it ties the entire dynamic together in a way most men never understand. 10. You're not like the women I usually meet. Phrase 10. You're not like the women I usually meet. Let's talk honestly here, folks. Women hear the same recycled lines from men all the time. Most men say whatever sounds flattering, even if it is empty, even if it means nothing. But when you say, "You are not like the women I usually meet," you are doing something entirely different. You are telling her she stands out in a world where most people blend together, and that hits a place inside her that is deeper than simple attraction. It touches her identity. It touches how she wants to be perceived by a man who carries himself with strength. But let me be clear, this line is not about putting her above every woman you have ever known. It is about recognizing the qualities she naturally shows that most women do not show as clearly. Women notice when a man pays attention to details beyond beauty. When you say this calmly, you're telling her that you observe how she thinks, how she responds, how she stays composed, or how she expresses herself without trying to win approval. These traits matter far more than looks, and a woman of maturity knows that. The reason this line works is simple. It places her in a category, not the category of perfection, the category of distinction. You are telling her she is rare in the ways that matter, that her presence feels different from what you normally encounter. Women who carry depth, substance, and emotional clarity want to feel that these qualities are seen, not admired blindly, but recognized. So, when you say, "You are not like the women I usually meet," you are implying something powerful without over-explaining it. She brings a different energy into your life. There is another reason this line resonates. It subtly communicates your standards. It says, most women you meet do not hold your attention for long. Most do not spark anything meaningful. Most do not bring a dynamic that feels alive. You are not judging women. You are simply acknowledging that you do not attach yourself to every person who crosses your path. That alone elevates your value. Men with standards move slower, choose with clarity, and connect only when something feels aligned. But this line comes with responsibility, my friend. You have to mean it. Do not say it just because it sounds good. Do not say it because you want a reaction. Say it when she genuinely presents something uncommon. Maybe it is the way she expresses her thoughts without fear. Maybe it is her patience. Maybe it is her humor. Maybe it is her emotional steadiness. Whatever it is, when you speak from sincerity, she will feel the difference instantly. Women can sense when a man's words are rooted in truth. Tone matters here. This is not a dramatic line. Say it with calm certainty, not excitement, not tension, not expectation, just truth. And do not rush after you say it. The silence that follows is part of the effect. Silence lets her internalize the compliment. Silence lets her feel your presence. Silence gives her space to naturally lean in. And remember this, you are not giving her a title. You are giving her recognition. You are telling her that the way she shows up in the world actually reaches you. That awareness alone makes her feel seen in a way most men never achieve. Now type this in the comments so it stays with you. I stand apart. Conclusion. Folks, if you've been paying attention, you already know what makes these phrases powerful. They are not pickup lines. They are not tricks. They are ways of speaking that come from a man who is grounded, intentional, and fully present. Every line you learn today creates tension, curiosity, and depth without losing your dignity. When you use them from a calm center, you stand out in a world full of men who chase too fast and think too little. If you want more guidance like this and deeper lessons on Stoic masculinity, consider joining the channel membership. That is where I break things down at a level most men never get access to. And if you are new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next video. This journey does not end today. Thank you for watching, my friend. I appreciate you more than you know. I'll see you tomorrow.